All right, so some of you were asking for a reading on Joe Alwyn. Anytime I do a reading on Taylor Swift, the comments are always like, but what about Joe Alwyn? Do a reading on him. So I'm just going to do a reading on him. I kind of just want to know his side of the story, essentially, right? And I'm sure I've done a little bit of a read on this in past readings, but we'll clarify. We'll see what he wants to say to us. I mean, Queen of Swords in reverse, it looks like he feels that Taylor kind of set a boundary with him. There was something she definitely said no to that led to their breakup. Something that she said, like, this isn't going to work for me. And he took it as a rejection because he feels like he needed to think about his future. Okay? So, how is he feeling since that breakup? I did see the card of Ten of Wands in reverse, so it was a feeling of like less of a burden because I think that that connection definitely weighed on him. In the previous reading that I did for Joe Alwyn Taylor Swift, they showed up as like something like the Ace of Cups in reverse or something. So it was definitely like a kind of a heartbreak for them. King of Cups, he definitely had feelings for her when they were in a relationship. Yeah, it was a big heartbreak for him. So yeah, Swifties, I mean, lay off. Like, just kidding. No, listen, all right. I understand that sometimes, I don't know. Actually, I don't understand because I think that, like, you don't know the full story. So just sit back and watch the party. We don't always to have an opinion about everybody. Like with Joe Alwyn, I can see people being like, Travis is better than Joe. And it's like, guys, come on. Like, you literally don't know what happened behind the scenes, even if we tarot readers have told you. Like, unless Taylor tells you herself, like, what's the point of making an opinion? Anyway, it looks like Joe Alwyn definitely did care for her when they were together. Justice is in reverse. It wasn't fair that things ended that way, but also felt like there was some form of uneven situation, injustice that was kind of going on in the relationship. That's something that was unfair. I think that both Taylor and Joe were definitely hurting after that relationship, okay? But it does look like he's got someone. Queen of Wands, this is a fire sign. Although, isn't this Taylor? I could be wrong. Strength. There's a Leo energy here too, though. Defensive, avoiding conflict. I feel like he might be dating someone. Hold on. Let me understand. Yeah, I do think he's dating someone. I feel like with Joe, I think that there's a part of him that's still kind of working on getting happier. He's not completely there yet. He's trying to move on. There is still a bit of heartbreak from that past connection. But he's definitely trying to keep his life a lot more private, knowing the influence of what could happen if people found out more information about him or about his personal life. But so far, there is another woman that's appearing here. Someone here could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra. Okay, I know I mentioned like a lot of zodiac signs, but I don't remember. I think Taylor's a Sagittarius, so it could be someone else. So it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but there's definitely another woman here that's appearing. So then if Taylor's a Sagittarius, this would be Taylor. This would be the other person. But again, I see it being kept under wraps. Nine of Wands and then Page of Cups. He's being careful not to expose the situation, trying to keep it unclear because he wants to avoid conflict. We have two main characters here. So whenever we see the main character, male and female, it means that this is a relationship. And this is a very important person in this person's life. Like, not just, like, it's someone they're involved with, basically. As to whether they're together or not, we'll see. Two of Cups is here. That's a relationship. Yeah, it looks like he's in a relationship or he's involved with someone, okay? Can't speak to the intensity of it yet. We will figure this out, but there's definitely someone that he's involved with. We also have, so we have the card of money here. So That makes sense. He's making money. We have the card of distant horizons as well in front of him. So he's definitely like really focused on looking into the future and moving on. Okay. That's what his focus is. We have good outcome in love. So he's also really focused on positive things going on in his life after the coffin or death card. It's almost like after this breakup, after this ending, I just want to focus on good stuff and feel good, feel happy. We have the card of the gift here. Yeah, that's like honestly, that's like if he's dating someone. You can literally see this guy giving this girl a bouquet of flowers here. We have the card of change or journey. Oh no, this is the change card. So yeah, this is about moving forward. You know, moving forward after a breakup, basically. We have again distant horizons. We have the female here. So it's almost like this is a new connection, or definitely he's looking into his future with this female person. They are looking towards each other, the male and female. So that to me means that they are involved with each other. They are both working on this connection. We also have the court card here. This would be making things official. This could, I mean, sometimes this could be like marriage or engagement, but I'm not seeing a marriage card yet. So I'm going to be very careful about that. Court could be something legal, contract. Hold on. I clarified the court card here. This would be making things official. He doesn't want to mess things up with this new person. He wants for things to be like he's fighting for this. He's like an air sign. Is he? I don't remember if he's an air sign. It doesn't really matter. This would be him fighting for this girl because he doesn't want to miss an opportunity with this girl. He wants to make it work with her. This is their relationship. So it looks like he's been patient about this relationship with this girl. I don't think they're together yet, but I do think that that's where he wants it to go. Yeah, unburdening, 10 of Wands reverse, relationship, 2 of Swords reverse. So it's almost like he wants to just say fuck off to everything that's making him feel bad. And he's focusing on stuff that makes him feel good. He's trying to move on. Leave the man alone, honestly. I mean, like Taylor's moving on. Like, what's the harm if Joe moves on? 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that right now they're trying to make it work. They're seeing if the relationship works, but it's an uncomfortable kind of territory. They may be juggling priorities, trying to figure out schedules. They're trying to move on. They're not necessarily there yet, but they're working on it. They're not like together yet, but I think they're dating, something like that. Courtship, possibly. We have the death card that came out earlier. Yeah, see consistency here with the Knight of Pentacles. The world is a new cycle. 8 of Cups is about moving on, moving away after a breakup. Letting go of that relationship. Yeah, for a while, he didn't progress forward. It's just, he's just trying to move on from that old relationship with Taylor, almost. That's how I see that. Okay. Let me see. What else do we see for him, though? I feel like, why did I think of Harry Potter? But I think he's British, right? So, no, just kidding. No, I was thinking of Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I wonder if he's gonna do something that's more like a prince, like acting like a prince, acting like fantasy kind of related series, drama, whatever. I also thought of like Dancing with the Stars as well with him, but I know that I think sometimes that's my placeholder show for anything that Joe Alwyn does that would get him out of his comfort zone. I think they're trying to make him a bit more personable because I feel like he's an actor, right? But he's not very like he doesn't really connect. I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't actually connect with his audiences, but that's how I see it. Almost like he doesn't really connect with people on a very interpersonal level, and almost like I feel like there's someone, I don't know if he's going to agree to it, but it's almost like there's a publicist or someone on his team that wants him to get onto something like Dancing with the Stars, where he can be a bit more foolish and not be so mindful about his image or something like that. Now, it's not necessarily the correct show, but it's something like I even think of some form of a show with judges. So either he's going to be a judge or he will be a part of a show where he gets judged, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I feel like they want to get him on TV shows as like a guest for something. I also see a podcast. Perhaps these are just talks. Remember, sometimes for some of these, they're still talking things out. But I'm seeing some form of like a podcast where he talks about experiences. But I don't think he's going to talk about Taylor. Not for a while. I also feel like there's an agreement. I feel like, yeah, he's probably forbidden to talk about Taylor. Same thing as like, was it with Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez? Like, in their like divorce or whatever, she signed something that was like, oh sorry, or he signed something, I don't remember, but something like someone signed something that says that they can't talk about their marriage to anybody after divorce. And this is showing up for Joe Alwyn Taylor. So I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor's team definitely has something for him like that, where he can't talk shit about anybody or he can't really reveal details. And I think for him, it's not really worth it. You know? How does he feel about seeing Taylor date and whatever? I mean, she still shows up as the Empress. So that's still him talking about her, like, oh, she's the Empress, but she's single. It's Wheel of Fortune in reverse, so that's a misfortune. I still feel that he feels sad about this. See, Emperor. She was definitely someone that he had a really strong connection to. Um, Sadly, it didn't work out. You can see this between the two of them. They haven't really forgiven each other for this. It's still like quote unquote bad blood, but not necessarily angry. It's just heartbroken. That's why I'm saying just leave them alone. Like, let them figure this out. Because I think that for him, what he thinks of things between Travis and Taylor is like, I think he feels sad about that. He feels like, oh, so it's just that easy for you, huh? But like, at the same time, I think he feels like, however the relationship ended, they both made that decision because something was incompatible between them fundamentally. And so I don't think he really blames her for it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't sting. This is the vibe of someone who's heartbroken, not the vibe of someone who's itching to move on. Um, I think what I'm trying to say is just honestly, Swifties, I don't get where the hate comes from with Joe Alwyn. I don't really know that he did anything wrong. I think sometimes people were making the argument of like he should have known he was dating a famous person, but like I don't know. I mean, I think both of them probably had a part in that connection because I'm sure that even though she was famous, there were probably some things that she might have promised him, like, oh yeah, we'll do that, or oh yeah, no, we won't talk about that. Like, I don't know, like basically they're both trying to move on. Leave them alone because I think this guy is trying to move on himself. But that's what I see for Joe Alwyn. I also just heard directorial debut, so I think he might really want to look into producing or filmmaking in the future also if he hasn't already. Some of these things may take years to happen, so you know you'll come back here when they do. Just kidding. But that's it for this reading. Thank you so much. And let me know who else you want me to do a reading on. I appreciate you. Okay. Bye.